Yet a third day of document dumpage in Gonzales Gate today, but the Justice Department reported at dinner time tonight that all the documents requested of it by Congress will be released to the House and the public on Monday. That's presumably still more emails among key operatives in the Attorney General's office and others perhaps. Plus, in our fourth story in the countdown, the CBS White House Bureau, quoting Republican sources, is saying, quote, "It is now inevitable that the Attorney General will be fired." This as a growing number of Republicans blast Gonzales, even as a group of Democrats calls for answers on yet another emerging scandal, about which more in a moment. First, that GOP rebellion. Fired Republican U.S. Attorney Bud Cummins loyally towing the line until today. Now he is telling TPMmuckraker.com that Gonzales' reasons for firing the other 7 were fabricated lies. And it gets worse back in Washington. Senator Gordon Smith, it would be helpful to have a new Attorney General. Congressman Dana Rohrabacher, there needs to be a change. Senator John Sununu, not mincing words, the president should fire the Attorney General. Tony Snow saying today Mr. Bush intends to keep Gonzales, but not committing to any length of tenure. And next week may bring revelations about a new scandal for the Attorney General. 4 Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee writing to demand answers and documents by next Tuesday. This new scandal has its roots in the Justice Department's warrant-free wiretapping. Last January, Democrats asked the Justice Department watchdog, the Office of Professional Responsibility, OPR, to investigate whether anyone in justice engaged in misconduct in the implementation or execution of that warrant-free wiretapping. As Gonzales admitted last summer, President Bush personally killed that OPR probe by denying investigators the security clearance they needed. Now we are learning from a report in the National Journal that Gonzales himself was about to become a target of that ethics probe, and furthermore that Gonzales knew he was in the crosshairs at the time he consulted with President Bush about whether or not the probe should continue, all of which creates a new ethics problem for Mr. Gonzales, because either he kept secret from Mr. Bush the fact that he was a target, or he did tell Mr. Bush he was a target, in which case he and the president both knowingly obstructed an investigation in which the Attorney General had a clear conflict of interest. Before we get to the political implications, some context. In the 31 years since the OPR was created, no president has ever denied its investigators security clearance till now. And yet Mr. Bush simultaneously was deciding it was safe to give the exact same security clearance to the investigators pursuing whoever leaked news of his wiretap program, as well as to several private citizens sitting on his Presidential Privacy and Civil Liberties Board.